Hey y'all, it's your girl Fia. Sultan. So, I got a question for y'all. What's going on with the scamming? Like, is it a way that we could, I don't know, like, stop people from scamming? Because, granted, I have been scammed out of money before as well, but it's a little, it's nerve wracking to me only because I've never been a person that wants to take from other people or, you know, rob or be conniving in any way, shape, or form. First of all, I can't lie to save my life. That's one thing. And I just think that's the easiest and quickest way to really have a lot, to really have bad karma. And for a lot of things to, not really go your way in life if you catch the drift. Because it's like, you know, they're literally, so it's more so like they're literally out here, stealing and taking people's hard-earned money, and or not even just their money. You got identity theft and things like that. I mean, granted, the identity theft movie, that's my shit. He and my boyfriend just watched it. That's one of his favorite movies too. It's funny as hell. However, that's really not a good situation to put somebody in. And then you could potentially, be taken away from somebody, and then, their family, could be homeless and not, be able to pay for their actual life. Like, how do people that scam and, you know, do things like that really live with themselves? Yeah, you might be living good or whatever because you got tons of money because you out here scamming and you taking people money or whatever, but y'all don't really understand or really care about the damage that it does to other people and the lives that you can potentially shatter over the things that y'all do. Granted, this time around, I really only lost my Instagram page, but I lost a lot of sentimental things, same as I did when I lost my original Facebook page. It's a lot of my kids' videos, from when they were babies that I don't have anymore because of things like that. Granted, I have the memories, so does my kids, but it hits different for, real parents that actually like to look back at that stuff and, you know what I mean, like show your kids those things, years from now. Like, I still show my kids sometimes some of the videos that I do have, and or a lot of their older baby pictures and the things that we done out of the course of the year, out of the course of their lives. And I don't know, like, I mean, I guess we can't really do nothing about it or, like really get them locked up or anything like that because you can get one person locked up for doing it, but there's still a million more that's out here doing it. And then it's like, they have all these things in place to try to, I guess stop them from hacking and all that stuff, but a lot of these, real hardcore hackers and, scammers and stuff, they know how to get around that stuff. And we still become victims and targets. And it's just like, we can't really have nothing. You know, the carjackings is going on, you know, and that's horrible because people really spend a lot of their lives, you know what I mean, working and, you know, saving up the money to get these cars to, you know what I mean, like be able to get to work or, you know, take their kids where they need to go and just literally get around. And then all these SEPTA bus crashes and, you know, public transportation things that's going on out here with that stuff. It's not safe. People just want to be safe, and they can't. There's no safe zones anywhere. You know that you got people constantly robbing every day, all day. They're robbing these stores. They're robbing people. They're doing this. They're doing it. Wow. Like, in this day and age, it's so easy for people to make money nowadays to the point where, why are you out here doing it? And a lot of times they don't even know why they out here doing it. You know, you got kids out here that's literally just following behind their friends and just doing things just because their friend is doing it. And we should be teaching our kids more to stand on their own and to be their own person. And to, you know, to know right is right and wrong is wrong. And, you know, maybe I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't want to, you know, potentially spend the rest of my life at this young age in jail when I could be living life and, you know, outside freely, traveling, doing anything just outside in general. And I think people you know, these kids nowadays, they underestimating how far things really go. You know, if you watch a couple, you know, my most recent videos or whatever that I did with my kids, with my two sons or whatever, it's just, you know, we've all, you know, every generation has had their share of literally the same exact things going on. But back in the day when we did most of these things, when most people did these things, they did them for a reason, for a purpose. You know, to not want to struggle no more, or, you know, to help themselves and their families, you know, from not struggling, or, you know what I mean, wanting to get around so they can go to work because their job was probably like 3 hours away. You know what I mean? Or it was so easy back then to make money too. You know? Yeah, we had people robbing and, you know, stealing and stuff, but not at the rate that it is now. And people just have no regard for nobody. Everybody's so selfish and only about themselves and not worrying or caring about what they're doing to the next person or how it feels to the, you know, to the person that they're doing these things to. Even on the street driving, nobody cares about, you know, what anybody else got going on. People are always in a rush to go. We see so many car accidents and all this other stuff going on. First of all, most of that is happening because a lot of these kids is, you know, they still in cars and a lot of them can't drive. So it is what it is. But like, why? Granted, it's nothing wrong with, you know, being for yourself and worrying and focusing on yourself and, you know, your family and what you got going on, because I'm a firm believer in, you know, I'm on a business that pays me. I'm on, you know what I mean, my own business or whatever. Do I get the tea? Do I know folks' business? Absolutely. But that's because I'm an empath. I'm not, out here to really hurt anybody, to do anything. I'm, the person that will literally, congratulate and empower a stranger. You know, somebody could have done me wrong because it's happened, but at the same time, I've given them advice. I'm really, a woman's woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love to empower other women, and I love to see, women and just other people in general winning and, doing good things in life, because I want everybody to win. Just because, things might not be, going that way consistently in my life, that don't necessarily mean I should be, miserable or upset because other people's are, getting on that journey, and that was the journey that they're on. That's the path for them. It was their time to get those things. They put the work in. I put my work in too. It's times where I gotta step back, regroup, get my mind right. I'm not the type of person that, my misery don't like company. When I'm not at my best or in my, high positive vibes and, this and that, I don't like being around people. I don't even want to talk to nobody if I'm not in the right state of mind. Because if I'm not in the right state of mind and, somebody else is, don't even have nothing to do with what I got going on, I could potentially, be projecting my energy and my anger and my issues onto them, and I don't like that. I'm not that type of person. Just because I might be going through some things, it don't necessarily mean, I should be, negative to somebody else that's not going through anything. They got good things going on, and, I don't want to be ignorant and say, ignorant things, or, because that's not how I am. But it's just weird. So many people, they just do stuff just to do things and not really think about the repercussions of those things. Especially when, you got people out here playing with people and their emotions and they feelings and they money and all that stuff. That's not the type of things that you want to mess with people about. Their kids. It messes with people's mental state. And you never really know just how far you could push somebody. Look, I'm a true crime person. I love, okay? So I know, and I watch stuff, okay? You ain't even got to watch stuff to know that playing with things like that can really get you hurt out here. We see it all the time. You got people that are, stringing people along, leading them on. Next thing you know, you got people stalking you at your crib. Now you got this man or this woman, at your house trying to kill you over something that you don't even know what's going on. So, I don't even know what could really honestly be done, or what we could do for any of this. I know I say a lot. I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't know that. I do know. I do know that I say it a lot, and I'm trying to stop actually saying it a lot, because it's actually a little annoying to me too when I actually, go back and watch my actual videos and stuff. It is very annoying. It's just weird. And a lot of it is really all because people are just all about themselves. Up until it happens to them. Then they want the sympathy, and they want, everybody to feel sorry for them, and they want to play victim and don't take accountability for the fact that they've done these exact same things to people. in the same exact way. But you know what they say, karma always come back to you. So I've always tried to really keep a composure about myself, just on the assurance that I respect myself, and I have, a lot of respect for people who respect me or who respect themselves. It's a lot of things that I wouldn't do, that I don't do, that I haven't done. And that's not to say or think that I'm better than anybody, because I don't. I'm not in competition with nobody but myself. You know what I mean? I just want to be better than how I used to be. I just want to be better than myself. I just want to be better than I was yesterday. You know what I mean? Or better than I was a year ago. So everybody's always in competition and just want to, keep up with the Joneses, and the celebrities doing that, so this is that and this is that. Why does that concern you? What these celebrities is doing in their life don't impact you. It don't have nothing to do with, it doesn't impact your life. It has nothing to do with your job, no nothing. It's not your business. You can comment on it if you want, but why be negative about it? When 9 times out of 10, you've been through the same exact things that these people are going through. Just because they make more money and they, celebrities, they're still regular, normal people that still go do the same exact things that we do. They just got more money. That's it. That's all. That don't make them no better. I used to, have like celebrity crushes and, stuff like that. But I was never really a person that idolized anybody or wanted to, create their life or, want my life to be like theirs. Granted, I want to make money, but I don't really want to make money to the point where, every time I go out my house, it's people outside, or I can't even go to the store looking the way I look right now, you know what I mean, without somebody comment on it or talking down on it, just as if they not doing the same exact thing right now. I just want to be stable enough to not have to live check to check, to be able to keep myself and my children over, like good, where I can do whatever I want. I can do, they can do what they want. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all. If you watch some of my other videos, I say it. I've never wanted to be like nobody else but myself. What I believe is what I stand on. 10 toes down. There's no ifs, no ands, no buts. I'm going to say how I feel, and this is how it is. Not everybody like hearing the truth. Not everybody like, hearing those things, because it's not what everybody want to hear. But 9 times out of 10 is what they need to hear. It's definitely what they need to hear. Because, I know, So, I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? What y'all think? I want to know. Let me know what y'all, what your thoughts are or whatever. Like, yeah, I know my hair, but I got to find something to do to it. I've got to find something to do to it, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know why we have so much negativity and so much, so many miserable people. And I hate to say it, but the majority of these people are people who have done so many people in their lives wrong, to the point where they have nobody to turn to. Nobody to talk to, nobody to vent to, nobody to even ask for help because they burned every bridge that they possibly had access to. And I hate that, but it's like you put your own self in that position. We gotta really do better with taking accountability for the actions that we make, the decisions that we make, and how they affect other people. What people do to you is their karma, but how you react to it is yours. So I've always been a person that, like I said, my intentions are always 100% pure, genuine. It ain't no lying, no fake, no nothing. So I know that I've done everything, in my power as a friend, you know, a family member, you know, sister, you know what I mean? Girlfriend, even as a worker, as an employee. And so I've never been afraid to walk away from anything or to distance myself or, disconnect anything from anybody that served me no purpose. Now, I won't really cuss nobody out. I won't, I might not even really tell them exactly how I feel. Because to be truthfully honest, why even tell people how you feel sometimes? Because 9 times out of 10, they didn't give a fuck about how you felt anyway. So why even say it? I've always just walked away and let people, stand where they stand. I did go through that period where, I used to feel like I needed to prove a point. I needed to, prove my side of the story. I needed to tell my side of the story. But then I got to the point where it don't even matter because people gonna do what they want to do. And then to be honest, the truth gonna always reveal itself, no matter what. So I let people believe what they want to believe, think what they want to think. Say what you want to say because at the end of the day, when I'm sitting and when I'm at home or doing whatever I'm doing, out and about, living my life, taking care of my kids, with my boyfriend, that's all I'm worried about. Money, my kids, my relationship, that's it. That's all. Now, I'll vent to my boyfriend about certain situations, but it's never going to be a situation where, I'm just randomly sitting there talking about anybody because if you're not at my, in my actual situation, there's nothing for me to talk about you for. Now, you bringing up my name in a conversation that I'm not even at, or, bringing up my name at a table that I don't sit at, that's a problem. But you know what? I've learned to let it go, mind my business, keep it pushing. I was a little mad yesterday, though, over the little information that I did get. However, I got over it. And it was just like, why? Like, why even bring me up in the conversation? If you read in a status of mine over a situation that happened to me, why would you call someone else to ask about my business instead of asking the direct source? And even if the person gave you information or even if they didn't, at the end of the day, why are you asking other people about me? I don't even talk about you. Unless your name come up in conversation with somebody, and even then, I still don't talk about nobody. Okay. So, at that point, so it was like, what can you really do besides what can you really do besides worry about yourself in the business that pays you? And I think that's another problem with, so many people, commenting and, talking about, what other people got going on, when in reality they got stuff going on in their own life that they need to be worried about. Focus on you. Focus on your life, your situation, not what anybody else is going through. Granted, it can help, taking a little break from your own stuff, but not to be negative when your situation not even that good to begin with. I've seen so many people tear down a lot of these celebrity women when they get cheated on and all of that stuff, and then they decide to either take the boyfriend back or the husband back, and then they bashing them and all this stuff, as if they ain't been cheated on and still probably laying up with the same nigga at the same time. I keep my comments to myself about situations like that because I've been a little dummy too. So I ain't gonna sit up here and try to act like I never was. Or like it ain't never happened to me. And as if I didn't know what that pain is like. And then for y'all to bash them publicly is really like crazy to me. I've never wanted to, mind you, I don't have no enemies. I don't have no enemies or whatever like that, but I'm sure it's people out here that don't like me for whatever reason they have. That's on them. However, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So, I don't know. Everybody just so about themselves nowadays. The world really just be going to shit these days. But I don't know. I want to know how y'all feel. If any of y'all been scammed or even how you feel about any of the things that I said. Comment below, subscribe to my channel, like, share. Thanks for watching.